What's up, all there, Loganites? We just pulled up to Casey's place. Tonight is Paw Paw's like 78th birthday, maybe. But so I came over early. We're gonna hang out, catch up, and maybe do Logan's laboratory. So let's go see what's up with them. Gotta get out of the car first. Oh, I'm tired sometimes. This is why you shouldn't give me a camera, because I feel like I have to talk. Yeah. My handy dandy tripod, and I'll come back and get my computer because I'm working on some videos. Man, I look good. Still got the code. What's up, Paw Paw? How you doing today? Shh. Oh yeah, getting all that started. Well, I'm glad I came over to help out then. Paw Paw likes to clean the grill before he cooks steaks on it every single time. I don't get it because it's like super clean all the time, but whatever. That's just Paw Paw. I'm about to put you in a tripod. Gizmo's not happy with me because I'm not petting her. But, you know, she'll live. I don't mind talking on the camera to myself. It's taking some time to get there. What's up, Paw Paw? I'm just talking to the camera. I figure, since today's your birthday, we can make a little video about it. What you think? No? Okay. What you think? What you think? Didn't know who I was talking to?
Yeah. You don't have to help me set this. No,
yes, sir, I do. Let me set this stuff down inside. So that I can actually use my hands. Oh, thank you, Paw Paw. You know, me, Mom, Heath, and Caleb did a video together the other night. Oh yeah, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. We played, oh, we're getting ice. We played the Newlyweds game.
Oh.
You know, like, what did you wear on your first date? But we didn't actually do that. It was me and Caleb on a team, and then Mom and Heath on a team.
Oh, okay.
Guess who won?
You did?
Me and Caleb won. So how old are you turning?
77.
77. Yeah. Are you excited to meet Caleb's little friend that he's bringing?
Yeah, maybe you can be friends.
Well, I mean, I know mine's cool.
If it's his cool, or...
Well, so here's the thing. He hasn't told anybody who he's bringing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think he's only doing that to mess with Mom.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. But my lady will be here about like 6:15.
Okay. I always messes my mom because she didn't like Catholic. So I always tell her I'm bringing a Catholic girl.
Really?
She was staunch Baptist.
She was a staunch Baptist?
Yeah, there wasn't anything, no religion right except being Baptist. Yeah. That was my mother.
So every time you were bringing over a woman, you said...
She's a Catholic.
She's Catholic? That's funny. That's real funny.
Some of them were. Yeah, some of them were.
What's all that?
It's tartar sauce and cocktail sauce. I guess I'll throw it in the refrigerator. Easy with that much. Throw it out.
Yeah. Use it or lose it, right? You know, Brad was wanting me to do a video with you as well. He's like, I want you to go do another one of them videos with Paw Paw. And I was like, okay, cool. I can make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't have any qualm with making a video. So you want to go move that plywood around? I can move that plywood around for you.
Yeah, let's see.
What you working on? Just cutting some up or what?
Yeah.
Making you a workbench.
Yeah, okay. It'll be later this week, probably. Hopefully, I can get some help getting this Saturday.
Saturday?
Heath and Bradley and me and Casey, we cut. Yeah, it's about that, right?
Well, I might have, how many do you want to move up there?
We'll see.
So I might have a few days coming up to do something with you.
Okay.
I just gotta look at my schedule.
Okay, yeah.
These past few weeks, past 2 weeks, I've been super busy.
Yeah, I'd like to get down to where I can, where I can, get framing inspection. Actually, that's some stuff.
Get the what inspection?
Framing. Still gotta get this.
How many different inspections do you have to have?
Yeah, they've had the electrical, and they've had the heat and air. And,
So we've done, so you've had the electrical, you've had the heating and air, you gotta get the framing inspected?
yeah, that's big framing. Have to get that.
So all this has to go,
Yeah,
up
have
to the
do
top.
that on the walls, and I gotta get my floor put in. And,
when you say floor, like the subflooring?
subfloor, yeah. I gotta get it put in. I was gonna try to have it done today, but it took me longer to get up some wood.
So do you have all the wood up there that you need?
Yeah, for right now. I was gonna be prepared to maybe get y'all help take this up.
Get us to help you take it up.
But I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
So I thought I'd just get it up here and make it a little higher so the truck didn't low down there to bend over the truck.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So you're just getting set up to get this however you want it.
Yeah, so that, like I said, when we get the belt Saturday, we can put some more of this on the walls. And,
Well, sadly, me and Caleb both work Saturday.
yeah, like I said, I think Diesel is helping, I think they're helping me this Saturday.
Who's gonna help you Saturday?
Heath, I think.
Heath.
Saturday.
Oh, that's good. You know, Mom and Heath are looking pretty hard for a house right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that.
I mean, like hard looking. Like the other night, they went and saw 3 houses in one night after work.
Yes, sir.
After working all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know, I gotta tell you what, that's some pretty, I guess good work ethic maybe? I don't know. Whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
Because after working a full day, I'm not doing anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So 77.
Yes, 77. My brother will be 80 this year.
Uncle Dan?
Yeah.
Uncle Dan will be 80?
Yeah, December he'll be 80.
Wow. And I think the family's getting bigger every year.
Yeah.
Have you met Heath's son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was there at the party.
Yeah.
It's another one.
Yeah.
Cal's gonna have her kids.
He was over here.
Was he? Well, he's picked up.
Yeah. Just put them over there because they can't hear the tabs, but they get down. Hopefully this, I don't think they'll be too high for the cut. Yeah, this is good work here. Look.
Gotta clean up.
Yeah, just
Do you want me to
blow it out, so.
Should we blow that way?
Yeah, out that way, because till I bring my vacuum down, I clean it up good, but so we got more cylinder to do. So.
Yeah. Is Casey riding his bike?
Yeah, at times, but it don't get sawdust on it, so you got to go there.
Oh, I mean, is he here?
Yeah, he's working. He's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it works. So this is good.
All right.
Then finish the grills. Washing the grills.
Yeah, I saw you had both cars parked on the street.
Oh, our neighbor's gonna come and his pressure washer drive to
Oh, do I need to move my car?
whatever.
Whenever he gets here, I can move it at whatever point.
Whatever he gets here. Right, whenever he gets here.
Yeah.
You wanna go out and see where we are and stuff like that?
Yeah. We can do that, or I can work on the grills, whatever you want to do.
Let me double check, make sure the door's clear. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's
What were you double checking?
make sure it's clear as shit.
Oh.
Sometimes I have that wheelbarrow pulled out or something.
Did Brad talk to you about mine and his hanging out on the way back from Georgia?
I'm sure you did. I forget what he said.
Ah, well,
But I'm sure.
never mind then.
I'm sure.
My point was I enjoyed it, and we got to talk and hang out like we never have before.
Yeah, I think he's, my mind, I don't remember stuff like. But yeah, I think he did tell me about it. Yeah, I think he enjoyed it.
Good, good. So like I said, I did enjoy it. It was fun. Unplanned and fun.
As I recall,
As you recall, that's a pretty big qualifier. As I recall, it was a good trip.
yeah, that far as I recall. Yeah, I mean, you want to have him up here too, or he hadn't been together in a long time.
I'm gonna say hey to Casey before we go up there.
Yeah.
Hey Casey. Hey, I'm recording.
And why are you doing it?
Cause me and Paw Paw are doing a Logan's Laboratory episode.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to say anything to all the Loganites out there?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular? Casey will be joining a Logan's Laboratory one day. I don't know what day that'll be, but Brad's already done one. Mom and Heath have done one. Caleb's done one. Paw Paw's doing one.
What about Jacob?
I haven't got him yet.
Well,
I haven't got him yet. But I feel like you'll be right up there. But like, it's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. It's gonna happen. 2021 is right around the corner. We got a date. 2021, January 1st. Done.
No.
Yeah.
December 31st is also 2021.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. January 1st.
Yeah, December 31st.
Paw Paw's about to give us a tour of the whole upstairs as far as he's gotten.
Oh, cool. Have fun. He's got some plans for y'all later.
I know. I've already helped move some sheets of plywood. Like, not far, but, you know, it's Paw Paw. Did the AC ever get fixed up here? Or are they still rewiring it?
It's,
Wow.
you gotta get a part for it. And, supposed to be here tomorrow and finish. That's pretty well
Wow. This has changed a good bit with the,
yeah, with OSB board.
yeah, with OSB on the outsides. Wow.
Yeah, see, we still got, where you see the gas lines moved, so now we got to open and go back and get the ladder here and there. Gas lines and
Wow, that's nice.
water heater.
Well, do you want to tell anything to the people?
And all the, see all the ductwork's up and out of the way there. So you can,
So that ductwork used to go from like, I'm trying to remember. It was all right here.
All here, come through here.
Came through from back over here.
Right here. Right.
All on the ground. And you paid the HVAC guy
Right.
to come in and put it above the new space. So the HVAC and the electrical's already been checked off by the city
Yeah.
or whoever.
Yeah, Carter there. And I've got my cable tacked up there.
You know, my lady is excited to see all this work we've been doing here.
Yeah. He's going to, when heat and air guy comes in, he's going to take care of this wire and run it around. That'll be the last of the wires that's in the way.
That's cool.
When they come do the electrical hookup, this will go here to create the light circuit. This one back in here will create the outlet. Good outlet there. There's can lights.
So you're getting ready for the can lights for everywhere. And this is the inside of the hallway, right?
Right. Yeah.
We're interior right now.
We're interior. I've got to build the stairs yet. I still got to do the stairs. But this is the hall. So we'll have 2 candle lights.
Which right now those are just your work lights.
Yeah, just work lights. We'll have an outlet here. And so still got OSB to put up on these walls.
Yeah. So all the open framing, we have to put OSB on the
Right.
exterior, non-heated.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, still got.
Because that's a Carville thing.
And we got this wall over here.
Now here's my question. Like you see this angled spot right here? Like right there. You've already got OSB on the other side from the original build, right?
Right.
We don't have to put more OSB.
Not for that.
Not for that
Just have to
section.
fill in the open.
Okay.
You gotta fill in the opening. I've got.
And then we got to do our subflooring.
Yeah, it took me longer to get this wood up. I thought I'd have this floor down, and if I did, I was gonna get y'all to help bring some of that OSB board up here, but right now it'd be in my way. So. And I still gotta pull some up here and fill in some here. And the other thing I gotta do, and I'm gonna get you to go with me to Lowe's and see, I've gotta add 1.5 inches to all these rafters.
1.5 inches how to these rafters? Like to the side or what?
To the bottom, make them, they're 2x6s, and I gotta make them like they were 2x8s.
Okay.
So I gotta.
Doesn't that mean add 2 inches, not 1.5 inches? Or are they rough cuts?
Well, they'll go with 1.5 inches. That's the way they do it. It's easy. You just split a 2x4 in half and nail it.
Oh, okay.
I need to figure out how many 2x4s I need. The rip. I might go to Lowe's and get that.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out with you today.
Because I could rip them down and at least have them ready.
I can do whatever you want, Paw Paw.
Take those out.
Take what out?
Those 2 staples.
Oh.
Anyway, we're getting close. I'd like to be able to finish next week so that I can get framing inspection. Because then once I get it framed, I can get it insulated and drywall. Then the next inspection is after the drywall comes in. They ask to inspect the drywall.
They have to inspect the drywall?
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, I know.
That is ridiculous, right? That's not just me thinking that's ridiculous?
No, I think it's ridiculous. But
Okay.
it's Collierville,
I mean, it's Carville.
so we have to have it done. Gotta get the tape measures.
You remember when we started making the headers and stuff, moving stuff around?
Oh, yeah.
Getting prepared for this?
Yeah.
That seemed like a lifetime ago looking at all this stuff.
Yeah, but you know, when you look back, well, because when we started working on that, it was probably back in January or February when we did
Of this
that
year?
first one.
Was that really this year?
Or
No,
did- or
okay,
did we
so-
do that one last
so
year.
this-
That was the first one we put up. Over
So
there.
no, we did this one this year because I had the GoPro. I had bought the GoPro by then.
Yeah.
So that was since March.
So whenever
We've done this since March.
Yeah, so, but then we really got started, because we moved the water heater.
Yeah,
That was the first thing we did.
that was the first thing we did.
And that was
Getting in that
probably
hole and stuff.
January or February.
Yeah, because it was still cold.
Yeah. That was the first start of it, and then we put that up. And then May, so May 5th was when I got the plans approved. So 2 weeks later, I think I had the permit. So mid-May, toward the end of May. So I've been working on it. Now here we are, September 16th. And so 4 months basically now we're here
Yeah.
at this point.
How long did it take you to do the blueprints? Like to make them? Because you made all the blueprints yourself, right?
Well, I drew out the plans, but I took them to Sullivan and they drew them into official drawings. to
Basically
pull permit.
pre-approved.
Yes, that way they, all they did is pretty much drew what I gave them.
Mm-hmm.
but they put it in real blueprints to get a permit for that.
Oh, okay.
So, which is on my drafting too. It's
Yeah.
on my draft too. That's what Sullivan did.
Oh, okay.
But it was my plan. I
Yeah,
had
they
it drawn
just
out on paper. And
got it together so you can get approved and whatnot
we got the clause.
with Collierville.
Yeah.
Because it's Collierville.
Yeah, this is kind of I don't know how long those are. They're about.
Are we going all the way up to the peak?
Nah, just to that.
Because that's...
So what do you think that is? About 3 foot?
I don't know. I don't really know. Here, I'll get up there.
See how long that is, and then we can figure out.
Because you just need... I mean, I can almost eyeball it.
Yeah, just eyeball it. Yeah, you just need from touching that down to the sole plate.
So that's less than 3 feet. That's like 33 inches.
Yeah, 33. Okay.
So, I mean, you could call it 3 feet so that you have extra
yeah, so
over the run.
3 feet.
Per one of these. You want me to type this out?
Yeah, 3 feet.
Ooh, baby. Oh, that's not flat.
No, it's just I pull stuff back because I had to get that wood up. I still got a nail. I need to get that before I forget it. Somebody step over there.
Where's your flat iron? Or not flat iron?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to get my saw and cut it because I popped the head on it.
Oh, do you want me to saw it or just nail it all the way in and be done with it? Because that's real quick and easy.
Could just nail it all the way in.
Where's your
Hammer's at the end of the hole.
Alright, I'll get it.
Yeah, that'd be this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, bring the claw hammer or the crowbar. I see another nail I need to get out. But it has a head on it, so we can pull it. Yeah, the crowbar, we can pull this nail out. This one I can pull out.
You want me to do it? Like, I don't mind, Paw Paw. I know you like to do it yourself.
Okay.
Now, where's the one that you want me to get done with? Oh, I've already forgotten. Oh,
This
there it is.
one can nail in, but somebody step over there. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody step on that. Let's
Is there
see,
something else you
hammer.
want to do?
Let's see if I can get that straight.
Okay.
This stuff that I run into that sees that right through the crack.
Good. Never gonna see it again.
That,
Thank you.
But I got some of these boards that where I wait till the heating area guy finishes and he'll get all that stuff out of the way. I got a couple of boards here I think I gotta take out. And I gotta fill in. I don't think I'm gonna take all the boards up. I'm gonna make them nailed down good, just see where I have to and
Put in the OSB in between.
yeah, and fill in here. I went ahead and pulled this out. And it took me longer to get it pulled out than I was thinking, so I didn't get the floor fixed. But it will get done.
It will get done, one way or another.
What's that USB board up on the wall? That'd be a big help. And
Well, I hate that I'm missing doing all the OSB, you know?
yeah, so we got this angled wall to do and that, all that up there to do.
Yeah. All this open frame has to have OSB on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I feel like is a waste of material, but that's Carville.
We got this.
So do you have to do that open hole above your head?
Not above the head, because it'll be covered with drywall.
But you got to do it like above us up here.
No.
No? Just the
Just
side
the
walls?
Yeah, just side
Huh.
walls. Because the rest
Okay.
of it get covered with insulation and drywall.
What's their theory?
You know, I don't know what it is. It probably doesn't add much insulation value to
You want
it.
to take this downstairs?
I have one downstairs. That way we measure, and they call down to me and cut. But I think I got it.
Okay.
And then I'll show you the other side. But yeah, I got the stairs, we got an OSB board, we got some subfloor to put in. But we made a lot of progress.
Yeah, we have. It all started, I would say, with Caleb and Steven bringing all that OSB up here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that finished out some flooring, didn't it?
Right, yeah. That started with that. Yeah. That was a job.
Man, that looks cool with that wall up like that.
Yeah. How's it look with all this ductwork out of it?
It is an entirely different.
You know, that was all going all through
Yeah.
there. You'd have to duck to get
Yeah.
under it.
This is an entirely different attic.
Yeah. It really
I really like the gas line going up and over.
Oh yeah, that's a big help.
Like, that's cool as heck.
You know, one company wanted to charge me $6,000 to do this.
$6,000. And didn't they want to do it with like flex piping too?
Flex piping.
And you said, no, thank you, sir.
The guy that did it $2,500, which I still think's a little high.
But
I didn't have a lot of choice.
yeah,
Didn't have time to keep hunting. And $2,500 is a lot better than $6,000. And plus, they did the hard pipe.
it is something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
see, they just, you know, it used to just come up there and go across the floor.
Yeah.
And they just elbowed it to go under the stairs and up and over.
So then under the stairs, up, and then over, and all the way across.
Yeah, you know, got all this.
I like the ductwork going across this back wall.
Oh yeah.
It just looks so good.
I'll tell you, John. It's Smith Heat and Air. Johnny's an individual. It's his company. He's the worker. Yeah, I think they did really a good job with it. I mean, they really neatened it up. I tell you.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. And when I really get through, I'm going to support this up here instead of down here, and this will be out of the way when I really finish everything. I'm just not pressing right now.
No.
But, and then Bradley and I the other night, we strapped this line down. We had to rush and do that because John told me that it wouldn't pass inspection if I didn't have this strapped down.
What is that? The condensation line?
Yeah, for the
Is that the water heater?
no, these are for the heat.
Yeah, it's a condensation pan.
For the heat and air.
Yeah.
You can't.
So that has to be strapped down per Carterville.
Yeah, you can't tie in your water heaters into these lines. So this just catches all the pans with the heat and air.
Oh, okay.
So it used to go across the floor. You remember all the way across?
Yeah.
But I just cut it right there and brought it this way and down. And I've got a little slope to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't drain down and go under the stairs here.
Nice.
And I don't know if you remember, you can tell where I capped it right here.
Yeah.
You know, it used to come off of there and over and over. But that was going to be in the way of opening the door. So I capped it and cut it and took it down behind the unit and brought it across here and tied back into the line.
Very cool.
So then we had to strap all this down.
Yeah.
The heat and air guy, he was here. He went ahead and strapped this. So he wanted to make sure he passed the inspection.
Yeah, so you didn't waste all that time.
Yeah. So we took care of that. Oh, I was going to count the number of.
I'll go count. You want me to count the number of... I'll get up there.
Yeah, well, but then we got some longer ones on the other side.
Because we're going to go make a Lowe's run, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make a Lowe's run in the minivan?
Yeah. You need to know the number of all these rafters. This the rafters coming down.
Okay.
These will be the same over here. These others gonna be longer because I'm gonna have to go all the way.
Okay. All right, so I'll count all these real quick.
Yeah, because these others I've got to go all the way. Damn, they're gonna be, we'll say 1,
So 6.
3, 4.
So 16 over here.
16. Okay, there's.
So I'm gonna write it down.
18, 19, 20, 21. So it'll be a total of 21 times 3 feet.
So 21 3-footers.
Yeah.
21 3-foot. You want me to guesstimate?
How many feet does it give us?
You asked me.
63.
Asked me to do all that. Yeah, 63.
63 feet. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Do you want me to measure out these long ones? Get a rough guesstimate? I mean, I figure they're about 5 feet.
Say we need 4 8-footers split to take care of those, I think.
Okay. I'll write that down. 4 8-footer split.
I think 4 8-footers split to take care of, because we got.
I'm writing it down.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah, so I think 4 8-footers split would take care of that. So we know 4 8-footers, and then we got 63 feet. Or 64 feet. So 64 divided by 8 is what's 8?
Yep. So we're looking at what?
Oh, but if we're 3
12.
foot,
Oh, the 3-foot sections may screw us. Can we get 10-footers?
I'll get 10-footers. I'll get 10-footers.
Yeah.
We need 7, 10-footers.
Well, I mean, it was closer to 32 inches, but it still doesn't take up a foot. No, we're still gonna have to do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to rip those and do all that. Oh,
What you need?
go unplug the lights. That green extension cord points into the orange over there at the lattice work here.
Oh,
It'll turn out work.
this one right here. Got it. Got it, Bubble.
Once we put the OSB board up, it got north of here.
Yeah. Not such an open cave anymore.
Yes, I had to get me a couple lights.
So it's not even really that hot up here either, even with the HVAC unplugged like it is.
Yes, this, of course, hopefully the weather's cooling down just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's better than 100-degree days.
Oh boy, I don't know how those heat and air guys worked up there that Saturday. They worked up there all day, about 12 hours. I don't know how they moved. And one guy had heart condition.
Really?
He left a little bit earlier. I think he left about 4. He didn't stay as long as other states after 8. He still ended up for about 8 hours. I don't know how he made it.
I mean, you know, I used to do that for Kevin Yee, the HVAC work.
You said you done something.
But we did more sealing and remodeling. I've never set up a system. He was the I don't know, what do you call him? HVAC technician? He was the HVAC technician, and he was the guy that diagnosed the problem. I was there just to, you know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll do the leaving.
Exactly.
That's what John, he had some guys
I was a gopher.
to help him, but he did good of the work. Well, him and his dad came out here a couple of times and
Who's that?
worked on it. His dad works for Cordova Heating and Air. But his dad came out here and helped him really 3 times he was out here
Wow.
helping his son. John used to work for Cordova Heating and Air, and then he opened up his own business.
Well, I like his work, I'll tell you that. It's weird that they do the new houses all in flex piping.
Yeah.
is none of it's hard pipe. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, old Charlie Sachs is the fellow that has done all my repair work for years.
Yeah.
He says it's better.
Really?
Than the hard pipe. Yeah, he swears by it, man. Yeah. I mean, I was always used to the hard pipe.
Yeah, but if you step on a hard pipe, you just cut off a lot of the circulation or a lot of the flow.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, if you crimp that flex stuff, you do the same. If it's not installed right, you can do the same, with it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Charlie swears by it. I think one of the neat things about the flex, you don't get the rusting that you get with the metal pipe when that, they all sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And the sheet metal stuff will rust. And I don't think you get that with the flex.
I mean, it's very well insulated.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think you probably can still get some little bit of sweating, maybe.
But not much.
But, yeah, and if it's not any open area, you probably don't get any.
Yeah.
And so I think some advantage that way. The other advantage is it's just a lot easier. You're not having to measure links. Well, I mean, you measure links to some degree, but figure out where you got to put your elbows and all your different connectors and all.
It's
that
a
stuff.
whole different ballgame.
Yeah, right.
Whole different ballgame.
Well, that's the same thing that would have been that guy running that. I can't believe. I mean, I wouldn't have paid $6,000 for even hard pipe, but you run that flex line. I mean, once you decide where you're gonna cut in the line and where you're gonna connect in and go from, I mean, you buy that flex stuff in 50-foot rolls. All you gotta do is roll it out and go.
Yeah.
And connect it. I mean, you're talking about maybe 2 hours labor,
And they wanted $6,000 for that.
Yeah. And telling me like it's 3 days work. And these fellas came in and did flex pipe in about 4 hours. I mean, did hard pipe in about 4 hours. And that's cutting and threading and putting it together.
Oh yeah, just from straight pipe.
Yeah.
Cutting their own threads.
Yeah.
Tap and die.
Yeah, tap and die and all the stuff they have to do. Which that's slow, that machine that
Is that
threads it takes a little time to do that. So, yeah, there's no way. I gotta look and see. The guys has now sent me from 31W has sent me his estimate for the insulation. I hadn't looked at it yet. I just had to wait till I get to my computer. My phone's so small I can't read
Can't read it?
No. I'm gonna check on my cataract surgery because I'm getting where too blurred to see.
I didn't know you were supposed to have cataract surgery.
Yeah, we postponed it to March because of the coronavirus. I haven't ever heard from them since.
Yeah, well, they're doing a lot more elective surgeries now.
Yeah, so I had to check on it and see. I wasn't pushing for it.
But now, well,
down.
Are you able to drive?
Yeah.
Like safely?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting, when you're looking at real small print stuff.
Yeah. It gets a little difficult.
Yeah, because it's getting so blurry. Just trying to look at some real small print stuff. Of course, seeing traffic lights and road signs and all that stuff on the road.
Well, I guess we're gonna go Lowe's here, right?
Yeah.
So let me go move my car to the road,
Oh, okay.
and I'll grab my backpack just so that I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, I was just getting these bills.
Oh no, I get it. Hey, I'm in no rush. I'm here to hang out.
Yeah, I just didn't really ready for tonight. Yep.
Did you park in the street because you thought Bill was gonna be?
Yep.
Okay, he may not come back till the evening.
I know. I didn't know when he'd come, but I just wait.
We need to get him something, and I need to go get your cookie cake here.
Okay.
Where'd Logan go?
He was just getting some stuff out of his car.
He just drove away.
He was getting some stuff out of his car.
He just drove away.
Oh, he was going to park it on the street.
Why?
Well, just be out of the way.
I brought your stuff back
Oh, okay.
and washed it.
Oh, okay.
Your Tupperware.
All right.
Because I like getting food, and I know how it works. Brought it back clean.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. So, Paw Paw, you know I don't buy much stuff for myself, right?
Uh-huh.
I bought some headphones the other day. These headphones block out noise.
Is that it?
They are the coolest things I've ever bought, and it's one of the only things that if I lost them tomorrow, I'd buy it immediately again.
They look pretty good.
They are awesome. I found out you can buy stuff off of Amazon that's like refurbished for
Okay.
basically a minimum 50% off.
Uh-huh.
Minimum 50% off.
Mm.
And I was like, holy cow. If I had known, I'm glad I just found out about this. Because it's such a sweet deal. It's almost a steal at a certain point.
Uh-huh.
Bum, 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 bum. Have you heard about what Mom and Heath want to do for their wedding? Or the latest development?
No, I probably haven't heard.
They want me, Jacob, and Caleb, or Mom, let me phrase that, not they. Mom wants me, Jacob, and Caleb to walk her down the aisle.
Oh, okay.
So at first, the first question we had was, is Paw Paw cool with it? And of course, Mom knows that you are, right?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. For sure.
The second question was, who is going to hold whose hand?
Yeah.
Do you hear that, Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You coming in here?
Because you get 3.
So my idea was I hold Mom's hand, Mom holds Jacob's hand, no, Mom holds Caleb's hand, and then Caleb holds Jacob's hand. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, no, that's not gonna work. I'm like, okay, cool. Well then I'll hold Mom's hand, Mom will hold Caleb's hand, Jacob can hold her dress.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, that's not gonna work. I said, okay. How about I hold Mom's hand just like that, and then Jacob and Caleb walk behind holding each other's hands, and then Caleb's gonna get a little emotional and choked up, and Jacob will be, it's okay, buddy, I'm here for you. But in all reality though, Mom had a good idea. She was like kind of like passing the baton as we go down the thing.
Yeah.
Like Jacob passing to Caleb, pass for Caleb, Caleb pass for me pass for Heath, that kind of thing. And then when I give her off to Heath, I just say, "Your problem now!" Ha!
Yeah. That's right.
How you like that, Case?
That's an option.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Paw Paw?
I think it's funny.
I think it's hilarious, and I want to do it. But I've got the sneaky suspicion I'm going to get vetoed.
Yeah.
I got the sneaky suspicion I'm going to get vetoed.
Yeah. Let's go figure out something pretty much.
Want to make something?
Yeah, what we got.
Well, I kind of ate like an early lunch, late breakfast kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'm good. So probably right at 3 when I shouldn't be hungry. You can always go pick up something.
Yeah. I see that face is there again.
All right, we'll eat some lunch and then we'll go to Lowe's. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. That's what we'll do then.
Yeah, I see what we got. I might make just a little toasted cheese sandwich or something. Let's see.
You ready to go Lowe's, Paw Paw?
Yeah, I'm ready
Cool.
to go.
All right, let me put my shoes on.
All right. This moment we'll be back in just a little bit.
Oh, I need to grab. Do you have an extra mask, or I need to grab one out of the car? So I know I had that one that was in the car last time.
I need to walk this one first. Yeah,
Well, you can go walk Gizmo.
this one
I
was,
kind of want to go with you if you don't mind.
yeah, that's fine.
I should get my shoes back on. You know how it is. You get comfy, you take a break.
Yeah. I usually take a nap.
You're gonna take a nap?
So I usually take a nap.
Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing how much fun I'm having with these videos. Like, it's not a second job, but I love it so much that it would be really cool if it was.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard time picking up overtime now because I enjoy doing this so much more. Yeah, like, you know, I had 2 jobs during nursing school. But this is so much more fun. I'm coming. Yeah. It was really hard for me to get used to, like, cameraing myself. Because it's weird to be the guy in public with a selfie stick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But then you look at it afterwards and you go, I have that memory forever. No one can take that away.
Yeah.
And then it makes it a little bit easier.
Right, that's what it's like. So which way we go.
Yeah, I believe it.
Right, this way. I never know. Wish it goes this way or that way. I don't know if I do. make her mind, but
Yeah, it does. It's been a great day outside. She definitely likes walking on a certain side, doesn't she?
Alright. Yeah, and then she'll decide she wants to cross the road. She'll go across the road.
You're turning 77 today, right?
Yes, 77.
So you worked for the IRS
Right.
and then went private contractor eventually?
Yeah, when I retired from IRS, then I worked.
Here, I got that.
Then I worked 6.5 years private contract.
6.5 years private contractor.
Yeah.
You did the military thing first,
Right.
right?
Did Vietnam.
So you were gonna get drafted.
Yeah, so in March 66 to March 68, I was in the Army.
It's only for 2 years?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And 66 to September 66, September 67, I was in Vietnam.
Okay, okay. So 66 to 67, you're in Vietnam.
That's right. And then, not Gizmo, we're not going down that way. We're going this way. We'll go that way. Yeah, and my last 6 months I spent in Washington, D.C. with Stratcom Conus
Okay.
Communications Command.
Now, I was telling Jennifer about it last night about what you did and everything. And if I got it right, she doing it again? If I got it right, you trained in the military to be heavy artillery, right?
That's right.
You
Not
trained
artillery, heavy weapons.
heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons.
But you were shooting
106 millimeter recoilless.
106 millimeter what?
Recoilless.
Recoilless.
Was my MOS.
And you were the guy that took out the shells, right?
Yeah, I
Like
did
they
that.
shot and then you went.
Well,
You were the guy.
I did all of that.
Oh, you played each
You're
position.
Gunner, each position. Drive the Jeep, gunner, you take the shell out, and do the whole thing.
Okay, so you did that,
You rotate. There's like 4 men and you rotate.
and that was your job. But then once you actually got to Vietnam, somebody came through like the barracks, was like, "Hey, does anyone have any experience doing what was it,
I
informatics?"
was reassigned to data processing.
But how did it go down? Someone came by and said, "Hey, does anyone have any
Actually,
experience?"
I had a letter from a friend in Austin. A colonel in Austin wrote a letter to his general that he knew in Vietnam. And when I got into the replacement company, I presented that letter and they reassigned me to the 12th data processing unit.
How did he know to give you that letter?
Because the general had told him that they needed some experienced help in data processing. And,
Okay.
So he knew I was going to Vietnam, so he knew I had experience in data processing because I worked at IRS
So that's how you got into data processing
in the Army.
in the Army. And then once you... So let me ask you this. Did you actually get out of the Army, or did you just do like a lateral transfer to the private sector for the government?
No, you're out of the civil. When you go into the Army, it's totally separate.
Okay.
You're out
So
of
you
the
stopped.
civil.
So basically, you took your 2 years, and it gave you 2 years worth of retirement.
Yeah, so basically I terminated it with IRS and went in the Army for 2 years.
Ah, okay. And then came back
And came back and rehired into IRS.
Okay. Did your time in the military count for the IRS?
Counts as government service, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to give up your, of course I didn't retire, but you have to give up your military retirement
Yeah.
for the time to count. But I didn't have, I didn't retire, military anyway, so it didn't matter.
So where did you grow? So how long did you spend in IRS then? 20. How many years?
That's probably about. Let's see. Fort Worth Army Depot was my first job.
Fort Worth Army Depot, first job.
Out of high school. So probably about 3 years there, 2 years military, 5 years, about 31 years with the IRS.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said 6, 7 years private sector.
6.5 years. 6 years worked for Northrop Grumman, and about half a year I worked for SAS.
Okay.
Two different
Ain't bad.
contractors.
So all right, so and that's what you did for a living, growing up, going through life.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is for a living.
So where did you grow up? Like, where was your childhood home?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. I thought it was Atlanta for some reason. Why did I think Atlanta?
That's where I met my wife.
That's where you met Nanny. So what age did you go to get into Atlanta? So all right, so Fort Worth's where you grew up with Uncle Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Dan went military first, right?
Oh yeah, he was Navy. He had quit high school. He never finished high school and went in the Navy.
Okay. And then, because I remember seeing the pictures of when he came back to visit you.
Yeah.
Came back to visit you.
Yeah.
For like Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, he was
Right?
in the Navy 4 years, and I think I had graduated high school by the time I got out of the Navy.
Okay. So, okay. So he did Navy, and then how old were you when you went to the Army Depot?
Well, let's see, when I went to Army Depot, I was probably about maybe 19 or 20 when I went to the Army Depot.
Okay. And you were there for how long?
Off and on, probably about 2.5 years.
Okay, so about 22, 23 is when you joined the military.
Yeah, I was, I think 24 in Vietnam. I think I was 24 when I was in Vietnam.
Okay. 24 in Vietnam. Okay.
And so then,
Sorry, so you were, was the Army Depot in Fort Worth? All right, so you went from 0 to 22 in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, then I went to Austin, Texas for IRS in 1965.
IRS in Texas in 1965.
February 1965, I hired in the internal revenue.
Ooh, it's starting to rain pretty hard there.
Yeah, let's head back to the house. Gizmo, we gotta get back to the house. I didn't think it was supposed to rain.
Come on. Let me hold up.
Girl, you picked it up.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, let's see, I was, let's see, 69, 43, I was 26 when I got married. 43, 26, would be 69.
So how long did, all right, so let me get my timeline right. 22, joined the military. 24, you got out of the military.
Yeah.
And that's when you ended up in Atlanta working for the IRS.
Well, I was 24 in Vietnam, so I was
25.
probably 25, 26 when I got out.
Okay. So 25, 26, you end up in Atlanta.
Yeah, then I ended up in Atlanta, get married.
How long were you dating Nanny before you got married?
Just maybe 2 months.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
You dated Nanny for 2 months before you got married.
yeah, because it was I met her on a business trip. So,
A business trip?
it was just how long I was in Atlanta. I think about 8 weeks.
And you weren't dating anyone else. You met Nanny. How much time did you spend with her before you got married? Did you see her every night?
Just while I was in Atlanta. No, it would be every day. Quite a few days.
Okay.
When I was in Atlanta.
All right. That's pretty quick. And then when she married you, she packed up and moved away with this random man.
Yeah, that's right. She had a lot of faith because 2 kids, leaving family and friends.
And just moving in with this man.
Moving in with me.
Wow.
She had a lot of food.
Okay. I for some reason I thought you lived in Atlanta, but you know Chick-fil-A is based out of Atlanta, so
Right, yeah.
I've been there a lot.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I just
You're a Texas man.
been in Atlanta. Number of business trips into Atlanta, but never.
Come on, girl.
Well, I did live in Atlanta from '84 to '86. I lived in Douglasville.
From 84 to 86, you lived in Douglasville.
Yeah, because I worked for IRS in Atlanta those 2 years. And marrying the kids, we've been there about 9 months. I was there 2 years and they were there about 9 months. Couldn't sell the house. They was trying to sell the house. And then once they sold the house and got to Atlanta, then I got transferred back to Memphis.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
All that time you had to spend away from them.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Mary was bad at it.
Mary was mad at him. Good freaking details. Go Logan. Alright, come on, Gizmo. Come on, girl. You did good. You got time for a haircut though, ain't you? We about to go to Lowe's, girl. All right, cool. Been wanting to get this on video for a while. This is super freaking cool. So now that we've got a record. Here, you ready to go, Paw Paw?
Yeah.
Want me to grab you a water or anything?
I
Do you-
just did a sip. Gizmo, we'll be back in just a minute. Now, you take care of the house.
Hey, how old is Gizmo?
She's up to 9 years old. Yeah, she's over 9. All right, Gizmo, we'll be back in a minute.
Cool. I'm gonna lock the door because Casey's getting the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't check the other back door.
You want me to go check it real quick? Make it feel better?
Yeah, I just checked it. Get in and out.
I almost never forget their door code. Almost. Or I almost never remember their door code for some reason. It's like numbers just don't line up in my head. Or like if the number's not important. It's like if I get vital signs at work, if they are not out of the normal limits for that child, I will not remember them. Like, I go through more napkins, or not napkins, paper towels at work from writing stuff down than I do actually washing my hands. Because I write down everything, because if I don't, I forget it. And if it's like a super important vital sign, I don't write it down and I go immediately and address the problem. Really simple for me. I'm grabbing a mask, Paw Paw. Yeah, I got one. All right. Well, that might be mine. Because remember, we did make a Lowe's run and I didn't have a mask. And you had to give me one.
It might be years in that.
Which, I mean, I don't mind using anyone's mask, to be honest with you.
It doesn't matter. We used to,
So I'm trying to get my timeline right, okay? So we got up to the point that you were. How do we turn that off? All right, we got up to the point that you met Nanny in Atlanta, spent 2 months in Atlanta, married. Did you marry her in Atlanta? Where did y'all get married?
Yeah, in Marietta, Methodist Church that her sister went to in Marietta.
Is that Georgia, or is that?
Marietta, Georgia.
So is that outside of Atlanta?
Yeah. so everybody, her people will go over and bury that.
So you got married there. She moved back with you to Dallas Fort Worth.
November 1st, day after Halloween. Took Bradley and Deborah trick or treating Friday night, and got married Saturday night.
All right. How old were Deborah and Brad when you married Nanny?
Let's see. I think Bradley was 5 and Deborah was 2.
Okay. So still pretty young.
Yeah.
All right, and then so from there she moved to Fort Worth with you, and you said you got a job.
Moved to Austin.
Moved to Austin.
IRS in Austin.
And then you moved to where?
Then we moved in 1971. We moved to Memphis, opened up IRS here in Memphis.
Okay, because you opened up the original IRS office in Memphis. And then how long did you stay in Memphis before you did that weird little change up where you went and then came back?
Till 84.
So you 71 to 84, you're in Memphis.
And then went to Chamblee, Georgia, IRS from 84 to 86.
84 to 86, you're in Georgia.
And then came back to Memphis.
In 86, and you've been in Memphis since. I don't know why. So it's really been Texas and Memphis.
Uh-huh.
Just business trips to DC, to Atlanta, to all these other places.
Yeah, I've had business trips, New York, Ogden, Utah. We have a center in Ogden, Utah. Fresno, California. Most of my trips, of course, into Washington, D.C. in and out frequently because it's IRS headquarters. Made trips to Kansas City, and we had a good time out in Kansas City. A number of trips to Georgia, Austin, Texas. So we made several trips back to Austin, Texas.
So basically, you went all over. Hey, just so that I have this story on record, you told me one time about a time that you were in DC when you were like the gopher at the time.
Yeah.
You were in DC, and I don't know if you're in the military at the time or what, but you're
military.
Do you know where I'm going with the story?
I think so.
Where you took a wrong turn down a hallway in the Pentagon?
Yeah, the Pentagon.
All right. What happened?
A bunch of guards came out and told me I was lost.
Well, so what were you doing at the time?
I forget what I was looking for an office. I was, I guess, doing a little courier run. Looking for an office and got on the wrong ring.
And you found out real quick you were at the wrong one.
I found out when I got surprised with all the guards. All told me I was in the wrong place.
Bunch of guns all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah, they headed me to the right place. I don't know where I was because they didn't say it. It says in the wrong area. So
That's awesome.
All I know is I was in the wrong area. I used to go to the Pentagon for dental work, go to the dentist, but this day I was either checking on something, processing out, or on a courier.
Something like that.
Yeah, and I got lost.
So you grew up in Fort Worth. You grew up with your granddad, right?
Yeah, granddad and grandmother. We lived with granddad and grandmother. Of course, then mother had 2 sisters and a brother, Bud, who was invalid.
What's invalid? Is that retarded? Mentally retarded, or?
Where, yeah, he couldn't talk or walk.
Oh, so he was like bedbound.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything.
Oh. Okay. So you was you, Uncle Dan, your mama, grandma and granddad.
Yeah, Earlene and Glenda.
Earlene and Glenda were
Her sisters.
Earlene and Glenda's who I hear all the stories about.
Yeah, Glenda's who we visited in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Bud was her brother. He was
All in the same house?
yeah, he was Nolan Truck goes but they called him Bud. We always knew him by Bud. Yeah, we're all in the same house, one bathroom, small house. It was tough.
I bet. But I'm sure that made you close growing up.
Yeah, we managed. I'll say that. But we were poor, didn't have much.
Do you think that helped you moving forward in life because you know what poor really was?
Yeah, I think so, because you sort of know that you don't want to be there, that you want to be better than that.
Kind of gives you that motivation to not stop going.
Gives you an incentive to do better. But we had a lot of good church friends, so we had a lot of good church help. Because a lot of times Dan and I, we wouldn't even have Christmas if it wasn't for church friends and people my mother worked with. They'd make sure we had Christmas. Well, we had a lot of good times. I mean, even though growing up poor, is, in a lot of ways we were wealthy.
Money does not change your daily life.
No.
Family and friends change your daily life. I'm a big believer in that. Now, also being said, I was not born a rich man, but I will be a rich man. You feel me?
Yeah, well.
Like, I'm a big believer that family comes first. Family's the most important thing. However, money is little freedom tickets. Money is food and water. Money is housing.
Yeah, the nice thing about money is where you have enough money to meet your needs and maybe have a little extra. It's really a good position.
Yeah, it is.
To be in, because I grew up, we couldn't even meet our needs at times, and now I don't consider myself wealthy, but I can meet my needs and buy goodies that I don't really need. I can buy things that I don't necessarily need and still pay my bills, and that's a good position to be in.
All right, we're gonna run in here to Lowe's real quick, grab some lumber. We're gonna come back and finish. Keep going. Sound good?
Okay. It took 42 years for my wife to train me, and I don't have another 42 years to be trained.
There is not an available man sitting right here. You are good as you're sitting. Do you think that's going to change? Do you think that's going to change, like, eventually?
You know, it's like you don't ever know what'll happen. What'll change it. The thing about going to the farms, and that's issues. Yeah, the women, they're just hunting the land. So I'm being bombarded with women.
You don't seem upset about that.
Well, you know, it's fine for us if you could just go out to eat, you know, play games or whatnot.
Yeah.
Together, socialize together. But
Yeah.
Most women want to get married. They don't want to. They're just not satisfied with that type of arrangement. They want to be married.
You might be surprised what you find, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it was
depends.
when you were younger. But now what I've noticed, now obviously I'm not in your age group, right?
Yeah.
But what I've noticed from my friends that are getting into your age group is that they're doing a lot more just, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, for years.
Right.
Like, you know Ben, have you met Ben's grandparents?
No.
So his grandma on his mom's side, dad's, I don't actually, I know it's his dad. It's his dad's mom. It's his dad's mom for sure. She's had a boyfriend for, I don't know, like 5-10 years now.
Yeah.
Ben's, I guess, uncle-ish. He's still like granddad age.
Yeah.
He's had a girlfriend down in New Orleans for, I don't know, 10 years now. Because he already did the whole marriage and kids thing.
Right.
And now they're just dating. Now that's all he wants. So I mean, would that be nice?
If you find something like arrangement like that, would be okay, but at this stage, you know, it just messes up so much with we're just figuring out new wheels and everything else that I just don't want to.
New wheels?
Yeah. But, you know, particularly the woman's probably got kids, you know, I've got kids, and it just gets to be a mess, you know, then if one dies and settling everything up.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get into that.
You'd rather just keep it like it is.
Yeah.
But date. Well, it's like Mom marrying Heath. You throw Tyler into it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool because here's the thing. There's only 4 people I'm gonna like. So we're talking about Christmas in this scenario, okay?
Right.
There's only 4 people I'm gonna buy a present for, okay?
Yeah.
My mom,
Yeah.
you, Casey. It was Deborah. Okay, she's now passed, right?
Yeah, right.
And then my lady Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 people. Jacob and Caleb knows I'm not gonna buy him gifts.
Yeah.
Heath knows I'm not gonna buy him a gift.
Yeah.
Tyler is gonna find out that I'm not gonna buy him a gift. But if we weren't that kind of family, it would add this extra layer of complexity that you didn't have a year ago.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that we never really worked out good. You know, like I give gifts to a lot of different people, but that's me and I'm okay with it. But like, there's always a little awkward between Deborah and Jennifer and Casey and
Really?
Bradley that, you know, because sort of give everybody gifts, you know, rather than decide, you know, do you want to continue giving gifts or not gifts, you know, to brothers or sisters or so forth, you know, as your family grows.
Well, so I don't understand why it's awkward, okay? Because this is kind of weird. So me and Brad talked about this on our trip.
Yeah.
So he bought breakfast, okay? Well, let me phrase it. So Mom and Heath bought a nice dinner for us, okay? All of, like me and Brad. Mom and Heath paid for the dinner.
Yeah.
Well, I called Mom and Heath after the dinner and I was like, hey, here's my portion of the dinner. I gave them like $20 because that's what it covered. Like it was like a steak and tip and stuff, okay? And they go, you don't have to pay for that. I go, well, no, here's the thing. We're family and we're going to be eating together a lot.
Yeah.
So if you buy a nice dinner like that for me, cool, whatever. I'm going to pay for my portion because we're going to do this a lot,
Yeah.
okay? I don't want it to be like a back and forth buying each other food.
Right.
Because I'd rather it just be even the entire way. Because me, Jacob and Caleb do that.
Well, that's right.
We don't pay for each other's stuff ever.
Yeah, that's why it's better to, you know, just
You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's just
like we split like so, okay,
Yeah, well,
one of us may
individually,
one of us may pay for the whole thing,
but
and
split.
then we split it up afterwards. That way there's never a question of who paid for what when. It's just completely even. So here's the thing. I tried to do that with Brad because the next morning Brad bought everyone breakfast.
Yeah.
And I went, hey, here's my portion for breakfast. He goes, I don't want it. I'm like, well, no, I explained just what I said to you about what me, Jacob, and Caleb do. He goes, no, I don't want it. If I say I've got it, and you can just get it next time. I go, I get that's his way of operating.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with either way. It's just not how I usually do it. But that kind of operation makes things like Christmas a little weird and awkward when you don't have that, hey, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't guess we ever had a real cut and dry thing like that, even though they could do that. Because then Bradley always felt awkward, like, okay, he needed to buy something, you know, and you don't need to do that. You know, if people give gifts at Christmas, they give a gift.
Exactly. And so here's the thing, Caleb is a gift, come on. Caleb is a gift giver.
Yeah.
Caleb not only is good at giving gifts, like picking the gifts out, he likes giving the gifts.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that if you like to do it. But like me, I do that, but I don't expect a gift in return.
Yeah. So I want to give you a gift.
But some people feel awkward about that.
So it does make me feel a little awkward, but it doesn't at the same time because I tell Caleb every year, I'm like, Caleb, I'm not buying you a gift.
Yeah.
Caleb, Jacob, I'm not buying. Jacob bought me a gift, me and Caleb a gift last year. And I was like, Jacob, we went over this. You don't have to buy us anything.
Yeah.
And he still did it. And I was like, dude, I liked it a lot actually. He got me some thermal gear and Paw Paw. It works really well.
But when they do that to me, and when I do that, I'm not expecting a gift in return from anybody. I mean, I say, okay, I'm giving gifts to X, Y, and Z, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the way I determine the amount that I give. It's sort of what after I pay all my bills and stuff, it's sort of what I have left over, and then I determine how much I can afford to give each person that I'm going to give to.
So I like my I guess here's the thing. The only people that I buy gifts for are the people that I enjoy buying gifts for.
Yeah.
So like, here's the thing. I enjoy buying your gift. I enjoy buying Mom's gift. My favorite person to buy for though is Casey. You know why? Because he loves the weird stuff.
Yeah,
he loves the weird stuff. So I like buying that.
Yeah, he does.
I guess the people I don't buy gifts for is the stuff that I would rather go do go do a trip with.
Yeah.
Like I want to take Kayla backpacking.
Yeah, because what I don't like doing is buying gifts not knowing what somebody really wants. I hate to buy. If I buy a gift, I want to buy something that I know they need or going to use. Otherwise,
you don't just want to be throwing away money.
right. Otherwise, I just give money, and that
Yeah.
way the person can go buy something they really want or pay a bill or whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I mostly give money, is because I figure they can make their own choice about what they want. But if I know there's a certain item, something somebody's really looking for or would like, then I may buy a gift.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I do the money.
It is now getting to the time of the year where anything that I have thought about buying, I'm going to wait until Christmas. Because I will be honest with you, I need new hiking shoes now. I've worn out another pair of hiking shoes. I have. I noticed it when I went on this last backpacking trip. They were slick as snot, man. But I mean, I'm gonna still make them work until Christmas, just because, you know. Where do you want them? All these 2x4s. Do you want them up here?
No, because it's cool. In the way of the
Okay. I am enjoying my time with Paw Paw. He is freaking amazing. He is a cool dude. Let's go unload this 2x4s for Paw Paw. 11 minutes. I'm coming, Paw Paw. You want them on that side?
Well, I was looking to see, I'm going to split them, and that's going to be really easy.
Oh, so we basically need to stage them over here, is what you're saying.
Well, I think we'll stage them down this side right here.
Well, what if so your table saw is already set up here. Can we not just stage them halfway on the table saw?
Well, I had to cut other stuff, but
So now.
yeah, I probably need to stage them over there and right bring them over here to cut them.
Okay.
I'm going to get you to help me cut this in just a minute.
Okay.
I need to cut that out and get my dimensions.
All right.
I just want to better try to stage it inside.
All right. Well, then we're gonna take another break, and then we're gonna come back after I move all this stuff for you. Okay? Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Pretty well ready for today. Let's see what this and this looks like.
All right. So we unloaded all the 2x4s.
Right.
We ripped them in half.
Cut them in half. We test cut and we got it right.
We took a bunch of test cuts, and we got all that done. Now we're getting ready for your birthday dinner, right?
That's right. Now we're starting to get ready for birthday dinner.
So I'm gonna keep recording again, since we're done outside with the saws.
Yeah.
And I can cut whatever you want me to cut in half.
Yeah, there's tomatoes on this.
Cut the tomatoes in half. But I'm gonna keep asking you questions and stuff.
Okay.
So you talked about where you lived, when you lived, how you met Nanny and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, like, what was your favorite activity as a kid? Did you have one?
Well, as a kid, I played football, mostly church football and junior high football. After junior high, I needed to work, so I didn't play any sports.
Yeah.
But I loved football.
What was your position?
I was always guard or tackle because I was big.
Okay.
For my age back then, I was weighing 180 pounds, and back then, that was guard and tackle size. Nowadays, they want these kids 300 pounds instead of big guards and tackles.
Dang.
Yeah, it's awful, man. But yeah, I just say football was my favorite. Played all that in the neighborhood. Neighborhood, we played, you know, we didn't have a lot of organized sports. So in the neighborhood, we'd get kids together and we'd play baseball, softball, football. Never really played much basketball.
Well, okay. But that was your favorite activity as a sport? Was football?
Yeah, but my favorite was football.
Okay.
Well, you could use that knife. That's usually a knife to cut breads with.
I like using a bread knife on vegetables.
That's fine.
Bro, I like using a bread knife on soft vegetables.
Well, I just, tell you, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you like. And then we'll chop up some.
Did you already drink all your water?
No, that's it, mine over there.
Okay.
That's it, mine over there. I did set up here to wash this lace. Fix that.
All right. Do you have like a favorite memory growing up?
I guess some of favorite things were just some of the pranks, and probably my brother Dan was mostly the instigator of it, but the one he remembers and likes to tell on me, we were throwing eggs at people, and I put the eggs in my pocket, and there was this big truck, and I jumped up in the back of this big truck. We were getting in the back of this big truck and throwing eggs.
Yeah.
And of course, when I jumped up in that big truck, I cracked all the eggs in my pocket. That's what he likes.
So Uncle Dan and you used to do a bunch of pranks?
Yeah.
How'd your mama feel about that?
One of our big ones, my grandmother. My grandmother pretty much raised us because mother worked.
Mother worked 2 jobs, right?
No, she basically just worked one job, but she worked, so we only saw her in the evening. And so we were raised by grandmother and granddad, mostly grandmother. And grandmother, of course, she was the cook in the house, and she ran the kitchen. She really cooked all the meals, and Dan and I, we would tie her to the cabinet. She always wore an apron.
Wait, what?
She always wore an apron.
Okay.
And so then Dan and I would sneak around and we'd tie her apron to the cabinet. She couldn't move.
And did she tear your butt up?
No, she took us upstairs and tied us to the bed to get even. Yeah.
Uncle Dan's 3 years older than you?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, December 8th, he'll be 80.
So he's like just about 3 years.
Yeah, just about 2 years, 9 months, something like that. Or 10 months. It's right at 3 years, yeah. So,
Okay. I didn't realize that.
yeah.
I thought y'all were a little bit closer.
No, we're 3 years. And then he quit high school and went in the Navy. And I guess at that time I was maybe my last year in junior high. Yeah, I guess last year junior high, just starting high school.
Okay.
So he wasn't around a lot once he went in the Navy. Then it was just me and I run around. My best friend James. We grew up together and went to scouts together. And
That's right. You were a Boy
still
Scout.
together. Yeah.
You made it to Life Scout, right?
Yeah, Life made it to Life. He made it. James made it to Eagle, and I made it to Life.
So you lifed and he made it to Eagle.
Yeah, he made it to Eagle.
Huh.
I didn't do the swimming, the life saving, and all that.
Oh, and that's all you were lacking?
Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah.
That's craziness.
But,
I'm gonna grab something real quick. Were you not a good swimmer?
I almost drowned, so I'm scared of water.
You almost drowned?
When
and where and how?
it was at a city pool.
Yeah?
I was, I don't know, really young. And a girl saved me. And,
Oh.
They pulled me up.
So since then.
Since then,
So
I'd like to know where the bottom
is that why you don't go to beaches?
I go to beaches, but I don't go out in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've never taken I don't think, have we ever taken a beach vacation? We did one time. Were you there?
Yeah, we went down to Fort Walton. We were in Fort Walton.
Yeah. Because I remember Brad and Darla and Callie.
I like to walk on the beach and stuff, but I don't get too far out in the water.
Huh. How old were you when you almost drowned?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I was probably around 8. 8 or 9, somewhere in
At
there.
a public pool.
Public pool. I was down there by myself. Probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah. How old were you when, so you remember we were watching some home movies one time that you made and you were looking at all the pretty girls in the home movies?
Yeah.
How old
was
were
a
you?
church camp. So, yeah, I was probably 11, 12, 13, something like that. 14.
Okay.
Because it was a church camp. Yeah, there's one girl I really liked. We ran around a lot together, but we never dated. We did a lot together.
So we know what you did, like, for a job. What did you actually want to be when you were a kid, like, when you grew up?
Well, it's funny. I always wanted to be a bus driver.
You wanted to be a bus driver?
I wanted to be a bus driver. Because see, back when I grew up, we didn't have a car. So you got around on a city bus, or taxi, or you walk, or bicycle.
That was it.
And that was it. Or friends. You know, sometimes friends would take us somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'd actually line chairs up in the house and act like I'm driving a bus and line these chairs up for passengers. I'd always want to be a bus.
That's what you did. Or that's what you wanted to do. How big do you want these onions cut? Like little cubes, little stringy things, big cubes?
No, probably just a little medium size. Don't have to be real small, but probably about a medium size.
Okay.
That, yeah, no, that, and then in high school, somewhere I said I want to be an electrical engineer, and I was too dumb for that.
Did you get into it at all?
Yeah, I took all the basic courses, but when I started getting in advanced courses, I didn't do any good. I was horrible at physics, so I realized that wasn't for me.
Yeah, that'll do it real quick on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just wasting time. And then Mama was sick and I needed to work to help her out, and so I needed to get back to work. And so I worked at the Fort Worth Army Depot. And ended up equivalent about 2 years of college. Never did finish.
2 years of college where?
I started out then it was Arlington State in Arlington, Texas, and now it's University of Texas at Arlington. And then I went 1 year down Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. And then I took some courses, some programming courses at the University of Texas in Austin. So I had credits for equivalent of probably 2 years school, but never completed. But I was fortunate to get in a career path that I kept advancing, and then it came not a whole lot of need to try to get a college degree.
Yeah, because you're already established and you were doing well.
Yeah, and
at a certain point, your experience counted for more than anything.
And then I got married and sure didn't have time then to complete school, so I just never completed. But even that I don't regret, but the timing was different. It's different then, and now you just about won't get an interview if you don't
have a degree in something.
In something.
It doesn't even have to be anything that matters.
Right, yeah.
Which is the craziest thing.
I know it. That's where it got it. And in fact, these contract companies I work with, they'd rather hire somebody that had a degree in something else than information systems, because they wanted to train them in their methods and ways. And it's crazy.
Yeah, I'll let your phone. Let me grab it.
Oh, yeah. Where is it?
I think it's in your room. I got you.
Okay. Might be a scam call.
I didn't see who it was.
Maybe a scam call. I did a lot of scam calls. I'll see. Oh, Jacob. He must be on his way home.
Oh. Well.
Hey, Jacob. Let me find my speaker. Hey, how you doing?
Me and Paw Paw are making a video.
Well, just a second. I gotta figure out my phone so I can.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, I was gonna put it on speaker. Lost the.
You hung up on him.
Oh, did I hang up?
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't mean to do that.
Are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, me and Paw Paw are here. What's up, dude?
I'm just calling to wish him a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Are you on your way home?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the way in a little bit.
A little bit. All right. I wondered if you were headed home.
He said he wondered if you were headed home.
Yeah,
Okay.
about to be.
About to be.
What are y'all doing?
We're making a Logan's laboratory and getting ready for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, don't let me interrupt.
Oh, you're not.
You're not.
We're just. I'm pulling lettuce and Logan's chopping some onion for me.
We were just talking about what it was like growing up and going through school and stuff, and what he wanted to be when he grew up. Did you know Paw Paw wanted to be a bus driver?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I'm learning, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was serious about it too. But like I say, I was telling Logan back when I grew up, that was our main way of getting around, was on the bus. And not only that, back then that was a good job, be a bus driver. But I wanted to drive the city bus.
Well, we better get retired, man.
Yeah, it would have.
But I'm glad I didn't do that.
So, you're not going to make it to dinner tonight?
No, mine's been working real late.
Alright.
Okay. Well, we hate it.
Yeah.
But we're going to eat without you. We're we're not gonna wait on you. No, I wish you could make it though, but that's all right. I never thought I'd make it to 77.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my brother, he'll be 80 in December, so I'm sure he probably never thought he'd get there either. Because he loved to fight. He was always in fights. He couldn't keep rank in the Navy because he was always beating up somebody.
Yeah, that can be problematic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was a problem for a while, but I think he sort of grew out of it. He might have got whipped a few times and maybe changed his mind, I don't know. He was usually a pretty good fighter, though.
Yeah, you get whooped a couple times, you don't want to anymore.
Yeah, I know. Or at least I would quit. I've seen people though that don't have any sense to quit. They keep fighting.
Yep. Did you get your quote back from 31W?
Yeah, in fact I did. It was like $2,500.
$2,500.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, yeah, but there's more into it, you know, because they're doing spraying all the walls plus the insulation. So
No, I ain't bad.
I knew it would be higher than, because Lomax, they were only quoting insulation and no spraying.
Did they itemize it where they showed you how much the insulation was so you can compare at least that?
No, they just,
Quoted the whole job.
yeah, but well, they did itemize certain steps like the spray foam, the R38 in the ceiling, part of it, R19 in part of it, R13 in part of it. But they didn't show the cost of each one of those things. And they even had in there that they'd caulk the sole plate, and so there's just a lot of things, you know, that wasn't in Lomax. So I was expecting it to be more.
Are you gonna end up doing that, or are you gonna do something else?
No, I may go with them just because of everything they're gonna do, you know, is, I know it's not a fair comparison to Lomax's bid because, but I would imagine if he threw in foam, it would probably be another $1,000, $1,500, you know, for the foam. So I'm gonna study it and think about it, but I think it's probably a fair bid for adding the foam in it. Plus he
Yeah, probably about right.
Plus he told me where I needed to add on to these rafters to make it legal to pass code. So, and Lomax guy didn't tell me that. Because he probably thought maybe he thought I should know that.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
I'm not gonna hold that against him.
Not yet, anyways.
But it was nice that 31W pointed out that to meet code I had to do some more work. So,
Yeah, it's always nice when somebody saves you some time.
well, yeah,
And it shows that they know what they're doing too. It's not. It's
well,
like,
right, yeah, that's true too.
That's the thing that I like about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I would have found it out when I got the framing inspection because it wasn't passed. But this way I know ahead of time that I need to do it, so I'll take care of it before I call for the framing inspection. So, I mean, that was nice of them. Like Logan said, yeah, it shows they're paying attention and they know what's going on.
That counts for a lot.
It does.
All right.
Were you starting up an airplane?
No, I was one just passing over.
Oh, okay.
they're pretty loud when they take off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, kid, especially those military.
That's commercial. Or, well, it's a, I think it's FedEx, but it's still commercial.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are too. So I know when I moved up to Memphis, I looked at a house that was just off Airways, and the planes, the way they park, or they were 90 degrees to Airways, and I went and looked at this house, and boy, this plane cranked up. Cranked up at the wrong time, because I knew I didn't want that house. So they lost the sale right quick.
Yeah, there's no way I would live down here.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I went over there, I think it was lunchtime. I ran over there to check on this house because I saw it was for sale. And man, that plane cranked up. And, well, those engines, blowing across the road. I mean, it was like you were in a windstorm, and then the noise. So I knew I didn't want that house.
That was it for you.
Yeah, that one. That was it. Yeah.
They're loud.
Yeah, airports can be pretty loud.
Especially this one is busy as they are.
Yeah. Well, you got so much FedEx flying in and out too. Well, back then you didn't even have that much FedEx going on, but that one plane cranking up was enough for me.
Did y'all hear about the FedEx plane crash landing at LAX a few weeks ago?
No, I didn't. What happened to it?
Landing gear didn't come out, and they tried getting it shook loose over the ocean.
Yeah.
And the pilot made the decision to go ahead and do a controlled crash land
Yeah.
on the runway.
Yeah, stuff happens.
Yeah, I had a friend going to Vietnam when they took off out of Travis Air Base. It dropped a set of wheels. They flew all the way to the Philippines before they attempted to land it. But they managed to phone the runway down and got it down okay in the Philippines.
Well, this one they landed, they had the nose landing gear and the co-pilot side. The pilot side is the one that
Didn't come down.
didn't come out.
Yeah.
And he landed on the main pod, the one main pod that came out, and then the nose gear and the engine.
Uh-huh.
None of the rest of the plane didn't touch the ground. So all they gotta do is put a new engine on it and put it back in place.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine though, if I don't know where those set of wheels landed, but can you imagine if you have Travis, of course it's off the ocean, but you're out there in the boat and the set of wheels come dropping by you, It'd scare you a little bit. Of course they were scared too, because they flew all the way from California to the Philippines before they attempted to land it.
That's funny.
But they wanted to empty the fuel out of it, so they decided to just fly on.
Oh yeah, get the light.
Yeah.
Well, you can, I know on our aircraft you can dump fuel if you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, if they decide instead of dumping, they just go on.
But they carry so many thousand gallons,
Right.
it's measured in pounds, not even measured in gallons.
Yeah.
Because at that point, gallons don't matter, it's all about weight.
Yeah.
Your aircraft is balanced.
My brother used to refuel planes at Love Field in Dallas. Mm-hmm. Of course, my brother, he's done a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of different jobs.
Did you say Uncle Dan did? I thought you said your mother.
No, yeah, Dan, my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He refueled. Now, my mother, she worked at Painburn's Candy Company for a long time, and then Montgomery Ward's, which is like a Sears, for a long time. And then she worked as an insurance clerk for Miller's Mutual Insurance. The most, I guess the biggest part of her career was Miller's Mutual. But it was nice when she worked for the candy company because she'd bring home candy. And Painburn's, it's a good candy.
I bet you that would be nice, especially when you're younger.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's about the only time we'd get a treat, probably.
When it was free.
Yeah, right. Whether she could bring it home. I don't know what it was, whether they allowed them to bring it some home. Probably some overrun or something they couldn't sell or labeled wrong or something.
Well, also I imagine that it's like a good way to keep people from stealing candy. It's like, well, it's like Jack Daniels gives out a fifth of Jack Daniels every week. So if you get enough of it, you won't want any.
Yeah, steal it.
Yeah, like we were gonna make you sick of it eventually. That's kind of how I look at it.
Well, I would think if you was working on the line, they might let you eat all you want to start with it, because
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't eat anymore after the first week.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely keep you. It's a way to manage it. That's fun.
Yeah. But I know occasionally she'd bring us something home. I know she didn't have the money to buy it, so they had to give it to her.
All right, well, Jacob, I think we're gonna get back to doing these questions unless you want to stay on the line while we do it.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Love you, dude.
Love you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That was nice and calm.
Yeah, he calls me occasionally when he's headed home.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Sometimes I think he just gets bored. And I'm like, dude,
well, I'm sure.
you can do something else and call me if you get bored.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. I don't mind.
I guess it's just because he's my brother.
Yeah. Usually the time he heads home, I'm usually waking up from a nap if I take a nap.
Yeah, that's usually when you wake up.
Yeah. Well, I usually wait before he calls.
All right.
About have to get a nap. Yeah, where were we?
So we talked about what you want to do when you grow up. I'm kind of curious, what's your, like, we talked about what your favorite thing to do is when you're younger. What about now? Like, where does it stand now?
Now, I don't know that I got any real favorite thing that I just crave to do. I used to even enjoy golfing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
When were you a golfer?
I probably quit golfing probably around 82, maybe, when I finally started to quit. I always golfed in the IRS leagues, golf leagues, with that. Plus, I like bowling. Bowling was my other favorite sport.
That's right. You used to have your own bowling balls and everything.
Yeah, and I bowled and had teams in college and bowled on the IRS league. But I don't do any of that. I can't lift a bowling ball. Bowling ball's too heavy for me to
Yeah.
lift and do, so I don't do that. And I don't know, golfing, it'd still be fun to go out and walk around. I wouldn't be any good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't swing and hit the ball, man.
So, like, so you've been to a lot of different places, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite place you've been to?
I guess one of the most interesting places, and a lot of stuff going on, is New York. I enjoyed New York.
Really? How much time did you spend in New York?
I probably had about 6 or 7 trips into New York. And a lot of fun going into the city. I actually got to go up on the World Trade Towers before they were blown up. Amazing view.
Yeah.
Right there. Just a lively city. Bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
Broadway.
All right there.
Yeah, and actually I met a friend up in well, it would have been January '68. We met downtown Manhattan for New Year's Eve. We actually was out on Times Square for New Year's Eve.
Wow.
What an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I never realized so many people came to New York to party.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It's a huge crowd. I wouldn't want to do it today, but to do it one time, it was.
Yeah, it was worth it. So New York.
But I've had a lot of good times out in Ogden, Utah. Beautiful country out in Ogden, Utah. Went over to Bear Lake in Wyoming. Love to watch people on their snowmobiles and skis.
Everything else.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to a ski resort outside of Ogden, and I learned why young men like to go skiing, because I've never seen so many good-looking women in all my life at the ski resort.
Huh.
I mean, no wonder men like to go to the ski resort.
Yeah. You figured it out, didn't you?
Yeah, because there's a whole lot more women there than men.
Really?
Oh yeah. At least this is the one I went to. It's unbelievable. But I tell you what, I looked at the beginner slope, and I wouldn't be going down the beginner slope.
Just too much.
Too much for me, as it was. But a lot of people really love skiing. But I love to watch. I love to watch them race those snowmobiles.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to ride one. Never did ride one while I was out there, but I would have loved to have ridden one. It seemed like nearly everybody that I knew out there had one. You know, that seemed like everybody's got a snowmobile.
Oh man, I guess it's one of the only ways to get around out there.
But
I don't know.
Ogden's real funny on the rules, or used to be, about when you're in a club that you couldn't sit at the bar to drink. You had to stand 2 feet from the bar to drink. And had a lot of, and you had to have a card to get in. If you didn't have a card to get in, you couldn't get in. We may not put it in that refrigerator. We may have to put them
I'll put it in.
Yeah, we have to put them in that refrigerator. But yeah, it's Ogden's another place that had a lot of fun.
Okay, so you raised Brad, Deborah, Mom, and Casey. Right?
Did what?
You raised Brad, Mom, Deborah, and Casey.
Well, I raised 4 kids.
You got a favorite memory of being a dad?
That I think some of the favorite times were when the kids were growing up, and particularly Jennifer and Deborah playing a lot of sports.
Yeah?
I enjoyed being involved with them in their sports activities.
I mean, you were our basketball coach.
Yeah.
Baseball
For 1
coach too?
year.
Were you not the baseball coach?
I don't know. I think I just helped.
I know you were a big part of the team.
Yeah, I think I just helped.
So doing the sports with them was your favorite thing?
Yeah, with the kids, And of course, then Brady did some scouting.
Did he really?
Yeah, I worked with Webelos scouts. I was the Webelos leader and scouts. But that was a little hard on me because I was rotating shifts and it was just hard for me to
Yeah,
do.
I imagine.
But I think that was some of the best times with the kids when they were younger and growing up and scouts and sports and stuff.
Do you mind if I cut the watermelon?
No.
Cool.
Now, I'll tell you what I do with it, Claire. I see you get the big thing out. I usually cut it, slice it, you know, like quarter, quarters. So just put it in Ziploc bags.
Okay. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to cut the rind off of it and everything.
Well, yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
I cut it in little wedges. But for me, then I put it in however many Ziploc bags. Usually it takes about 2. And it seems to just keep better.
Alright. I can do it like that.
Yeah. I mean, now if we need to put some out, we can put it in a little container and set it out.
Well, here, I'll put it in the bowl to begin with. Because it'll keep itself open. So I don't have to sit there and hold it open. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder if something you could put saran wrap over might be better than plastic.
Can you not put saran wrap over this?
Yeah, just don't know whether it's sealed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether it's sealed. But yeah.
Where do you keep your Walmart bags at?
Walmart bags? Right here.
Did you ever have a bucket list growing up?
No, not really. Never really had a bucket list. I hadn't thought about some of that till later in life, and I've done quite a bit, you know, quite a few things. I'm sure there's a lot of things I've missed out on and haven't done.
Yeah.
But I've had a pretty good life overall.
Any regrets? Regrets?
I guess there's always some things you can regret. I guess I regret I never gave Mary enough credit for running the house.
Yeah.
That, you know, raising 4 kids. Me, I worked shift work, so I wasn't around a lot. You know, I worked a lot. And for her, you know, raising 4 kids, run the house, and she'd have meals ready for me no matter what shift I worked.
Really?
And probably never gave her enough credit for that.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, she was really good about running the house, getting the kids to school, getting wherever they need to go.
To get out and go and be successful.
Oh yeah, get them to their sports activities if they needed to go, or any school activity, or you know, whatever they needed to get to. She was always there to get them. And of course she kept the house.
Did everything.
And all that, yeah.
Wow.
I earned the money, and she took care of everything.
And she spent the money.
No, she was not a spender.
Really?
No, she was not a spender. Sometimes that was detriment in a way because she wouldn't go shopping, spending money without me.
Oh, so then you had to be there.
Yeah.
Where in reality, it would have been better if she would have just gone and done it.
Yeah, she wanted me to write the check. she didn't want me blamed for spending something she shouldn't have. But she didn't like shopping. And most women love shopping, but she didn't like shopping.
But didn't she like doing the gifts later in life?
Oh, and I like to tell you, she loved Christmas. That was her time to spend money.
Was Christmas.
Because she loved Christmas.
I wonder what the change was.
And that would be the time for her to spend money, would be Christmas. Never spent much on anybody's birthday or any other occasion, but Christmas was her thing. That's the reason in 2011, she started telling me what she wanted me to buy the kids and grandkids in July.
Really?
And never started whatever. So I figured that she must have known that she wasn't going to make it to Christmas.
Wow.
And she died in September.
She knew what was going on.
Yeah, because she was adamant about this back in July, told me, you know, what she wanted me to get.
Yeah.
And
because that was her thing.
yeah, so I did execute about what she told me to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. That's right, not to.
She might come back and get you.
That's right, yeah.
She would do it though.
Yeah.
She would. She's not above it.
Yeah, it's just like Deborah and her dog. An expensive bill fixing her teeth and stuff. If they hadn't done it, Deborah would come and get me.
Wait. So you had to fix Gizmo's teeth?
Oh yeah, I spent $1,000 on it.
Wow. But I'm sure you can hear Deborah sitting there going,
Yeah.
she needs her teeth fixed. You got to fix her teeth, dude.
Oh yeah.
Or daddy.
Yeah,
Come on, Dad.
Dude. Hey, Dad, you gotta take her to bed. She needs her teeth fixed. Or whatever, yeah. So I spent the money. Didn't necessarily want to, but
But you did it.
yeah. Gotta take care of the dog.
Take care of Deborah's dog.
That's right. Deborah's dog, we gotta take care of her. I've never trimmed one that way, but
Because then after this, you just chop it up and you're done.
okay. Which way do you go about chopping it? 'Cause I usually split it down the center and then quarter it and then shred it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you do it?
Less work.
Okay.
That's how to do it at Kroger.
Okay. Okay, you just slice it there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make you some big old slices.
Okay. I didn't know how they do it.
A little bit longer knife though.
Yeah. I think that's the longest one to do. This one's pretty small.
Just like that. Like so. Then you just slice it up. Like that. You want a piece? Let's get watermelon.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's not the first watermelon I've had this year, but man, it's good.
Huh?
Hits all the spots.
When I'm working up in a hot attic, I have some watermelon in the refrigerator cold. Well, that's the best thing in the world. Come down, chomp on some watermelon, cold watermelon.
And I figure when Caleb gets here, he's gonna eat some too.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets here. I thought he was gonna be here early, but I told him I was gonna get here real early to hang out with you.
Is he working today?
Mm-hmm.
Off with his
Cool work.
school. That's right. He is back to school.
He's got a big paper he's been working on.
Oh, okay.
Which I mean, working on. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is Caleb, you know.
Yeah. I hope he does okay.
All right. So to finish up, simple questions.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite stage in life?
I'd tell you probably the 40s were the best.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because you're pretty stable in your job. Things were starting to settle out, you know. Health was good. I don't know, I just think the 40s was a good time.
Okay. What's like your favorite like technological advancement you've seen? So you're 77 now. You've seen a lot.
Yeah, it's it's been amazing, but I guess of course, me being in the computer field, just amazes me the technology changes in the computer systems. When I started in the early '60s
To now?
yeah, just amazing changes.
Because when you were doing it, all your data processing was on the not the cards.
Yeah, started out with a card.
But they were cardboard? No.
Punch cards.
Punch cards. That's what I was trying to think
Yeah,
of.
IBM punch cards.
That was your computer data
Yeah,
right there.
right.
It was not solid. It was not solid storage data like we have now.
No, it was punch cards. And you had, you know, what's called the AM equipment at the time, not computer, electric accounting machine.
What was that? What did that do?
Well, you had all different types. Now, that's sort of a broad name. You have many different machines. You have sorters, you have collators, you have interpreters, you have accounting machines, calculators, big calculator, what it amounts to. Those were all the machines that operated before computer. Before they went to the computer era.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you got to live that advancement basically.
So that's I think the biggest advancement, you know, that I've seen. And there's a lot of advancements in everything. I just
That was just your industry.
you know, from prop planes to jet planes to.
So when you were little, prop planes were the only planes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
You go from prop to jet. Even the other thing in the automobile, the technology, the motors and everything is just so much better. It lasts much longer. Back then, when you buy a new car, it's not long.
You're buying another new car.
Well, just having repair after repair after repair, and they all use oil. So you always having to buy a wall between oil changes. The motors just didn't last as long as they do now. So I think there's just a lot of technology changes in cars. Of course, you go into like heated seats, heated steering wheels.
But just the fact that you're not replacing oil.
Yeah, they're just not in the shop as much. I mean, used to always having to buy new spark plugs, change your spark plugs, reset the gaps in your spark plugs.
Reset the gaps
Yeah.
after they were already in.
Mhm.
That was a tune-up.
Mhm.
Why did you have to reset the gaps?
And they get so corroded that we had a little sandblast thing. You screw the spark plug in,
Mm-hmm.
and it would blast it with sand and clean it up, and then you put it back in. You don't have to do those extra days.
That's kind of mind-boggling to me. I'll be real.
Yeah.
That was a concern you had to be worried with back then.
So the technology is just, to me, it's really improved at all. Even though the concept of the motors and all that stuff was probably maybe not a lot of difference, but they just tweaked them up and made them better.
But in practice, it's changed a lot.
The disadvantage, you can't work on one without a computer.
Yeah. That is a big downside. That's a big downside.
Yeah. And with a lot of special tools in some cases.
Mm-hmm. Is there any secrets to living a long, happy life? Well, I guess we'll never know. All right. Good look, George.
Good to see you.
Bill.
Hey, really?
Bill. All right, guard dog.
Hey, Bill.
No, I got dirty shoes, I can finish this. I was given an ultimatum.
What was
If I
it?
didn't finish this, I have to sleep in the garage.
Who said that? Janine?
Huh?
Did Janine say that?
She's mean.
Really?
She may seem nice, but
Yeah.
don't get her in the corner.
Oh, I can understand.
What do you want us to do to our vehicles?
No, I'm just, this is all done. I just have to get the rest of Jan's signed on and place up here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're not doing that.
No problem. That's how many smells great.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Did
line.
Janine make that?
Oh, nothing but kids. Yeah, those are good. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are awesome. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
cool.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. He's just doing
Yeah.
sidewalk in curb.
What you doing?
Sidewalk curb.
What's that mean?
He's power washed.
Oh,
You want to go see what it looks like?
the power wash?
No,
No, I've
the,
seen
what
somebody
it,
power
the
wash.
before and after. Come look at how good he did it.
All right, let's go
What
look.
was your estimate?
Oh, you wanna
Wait, you gotta come see that?
Oh.
come see? We'll finish in a moment.
Really good.
Isn't it from Nothing But Kicks?
Yeah.
Pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So the question was, is there any secret to living a long, happy life?
You know, I don't know. My grandfather always said that he was going to outlive everybody. And he was really pretty healthy. He was never sick. Oh, no, I think he was never sick much.
Okay.
Smoked a pipe or cigarettes all his life. But he never smoked a ready roll. He always rolled his own. But if you saw him, he'd always be smoking his pipe or a cigarette. He drank a ton of coffee, and I heard him tell a man one day that the secret to good health was, and I don't remember the number, but it was a god-awful number of cups of coffee. And of course, the guy looked at him real funny. But no, that's what my grandfather said.
Mhm.
To him, it
How
was
old did he live till?
Coffee. And he was in his 80s. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 81, 82, somewhere. But he just died in his sleep one day. And when my mother went down to check on him here, she found him dead. Never sick much. So I don't know what his recipe was.
Drink coffee.
I think it's just you gotta do stuff in moderation. You can eat too much, you drink too much, alcohol or soda or whatever. You just have to do things in moderation. There's a lot of things that's bad for you, but a little of it's good for you. So I think just trying to do things in moderation.
Do everything in moderation.
Yeah. But I don't know, because Mary, she had a lot of issues and problems. Deborah's had a lot of issues and problems, and so I don't know what the real secret is.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing is we belong to God, and God's going to take us out when He's ready to take us out. And, some people have a good life, good long life. Some people have a short life. And I know, as you see, some children don't have one good day of a life. And, so I don't know. You just have to make, like they say, you gotta live day by day and make the best of each day.
Well,
Because you don't know what tomorrow's going to be like.
you don't.
And God's going to take care of you a day at a time. And that's all we do. Because I can't tell you what I've had so few health problems. And it's,
You just lived your life.
yeah. And God, I should have been dead a long time ago. I used to drink a lot. Vietnam, we drank a lot.
Yeah.
Went to places that should have been shot, and it didn't happen. God watches over you, and He knows when you've been bad, but He still watches over you. And so I don't know. I should have been killed in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Some of the places I went, I didn't do anything real
Thank
bad,
God you weren't.
but I went to places that I wasn't supposed to go to. And there's places you could sure get killed. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like, just like backwoods, not supposed to be here.
Bars, backwards, bars you're not supposed to be in, or cat house, or whatever. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, and drink too much. Yeah.
And you drink too much.
Yeah.
Well, I always like to end videos with a closing comment. Like, if you want to give a piece of advice, or if you have like a catchphrase you want to say, I always like to say something to the folks back home. And this is to like anybody that's watching the video.
Well, if you're married, just know that you're always wrong. And if you're always wrong, you're gonna be okay.
That's all you got? All right. Well, Loganites out there, remember, keep your core on the cob. If you're married, you're wrong. And if you're always wrong, you'll be fine.
Well, that's if you're a man.
That's if you're a man.
Yeah, that's if you're a man, you're always wrong. So.
Might as well just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.